Hello, I'm Bob Ravenscroft, the Vice President for Advancement and Chief Development Officer at Bryan Health. This year I have the pleasure of serving as the Senior Leadership Chair of the 2019 Employee Campaign. Today I have the privilege of sharing Ozzy's story with you. Ozzy and her family have been touched by the generosity of our employees during the Employee Campaign.
Last year, when he was a freshman in college, his second semester, he came home actually for fall break and looked really tired and pale, and I mentioned that to his dad, and his dad was like, well, he probably just, tired from finals. So we just went about celebrating all our holidays, and he had a pre-scheduled doctor's appointment in January, went to that, and Dr. David called us that night about 8:30 or so, and he's like, Ozzy, I hate to tell you this, but Dylan has leukemia. It was hard, but I totally had a meltdown. I cried. We picked him up from school. En route, Dr. David said, we're going to forego staying here in Lincoln and take him right away to Children's because they have the best, they use the best protocol for ALL, which is the type of leukemia Dylan has, and it's treated best using the Children's protocol. So they did spinal taps on him, they did a bone marrow biopsy, started him on chemo. That was our worst night ever in my life, I would say. Because Dylan failed chemotherapy, we knew right away that first month after treatment that he was going to need a bone marrow transplant. So everyone got tested, which means just blood draws, and he's lucky to have two other siblings. Liam, our son Liam, was the hero, and he was a 10 out of 10 match.
Initially, when I learned that Liam was a match for my bone marrow, I was still kind of skeptical because I didn't know whether it was going to work and I didn't want to get my hopes up. I remember the day that they said the chemo hadn't been working, and I think that was probably worse than the day that I was diagnosed because I thought for sure I was going to die. Once the doctor said that a 10 out of 10 match was pretty good and I had a strong chance of surviving from it, I got a lot happier and it definitely lifted my moods.
As a mother, you never know if your children are going to be buddies, friends for life, but family really means everything when you're going through a hard time. Liam's a trooper. I think that he acted like it was no big deal. He's a hero. I don't feel like it's over yet, and it's not because he's not well. Every month, we go see the doctor, and it's like you hold your breath.
I think it's definitely changed me by kind of giving a purpose to why I'm here, because I've gotten a second chance. I'm going to be continuing at the University of Nebraska-Lincoln in the civil engineering program. In the future, hope to become a civil engineer and give back to my community how they've given to me.
When times are hard, it's when you know what you're made of and what your community is made of. We have some wonderful friends and coworkers and people that really came together for us.
Every time I would come here for either lab draws or some treatment, it felt like it was a second home. Everyone knew my mom. It seemed like everyone was rooting for me, cheering me on, that people would care if I didn't live.
I can't even thank them enough. I mean, thank you is not enough.